This looks like a bunch of squares. Hey guys, Wheatywaffle here today, and we are back in Waffle County. And today we are going to expand our population some more. We've got crazy demand for our residential. So what I want to do is I really want to take some time and finesse the edges of this area. We're starting to make some significant money. We have $224,000 right now. So I think after we get some more people in this particular part of the map, I think it'll be time for us to maybe move to a new area in the map and start to expand out and make a few smaller cities that will connect with rail and with highways and other kinds of connections. So let's go ahead and jump right in. I'm thinking we've got this like gridded area here, and eventually we'll upgrade all of this so that it is high density and maybe kind of rework this a little bit so it becomes a city or like a larger city for the region. But I think that means that we need to plan out how we want to expand. So I'm going to use dirt roads for now. What is this? Oh, one-way alley. All right, I'm going to use dirt roads for now, just so that we can do a little bit of planning. And I want to kind of use, can we turn on the contours? Yeah, there's not a lot happening in terms of the elevation of the land. But I think what we can do is I do know that I want to have some kind of road here that goes all the way through. So I'm thinking that will be this road here. So this road is going to be straight all the way through to probably like this spot here. The rest of the roads around here, I want to start thinking about how we can change them up so that we're not stuck with exactly the same road setup the whole way. So let's take this out 20. And then let's start using this freeform tool. And let's just start kind of seeing what happens when we use the freeform tool along this edge. I would say this could come in a little bit here, like so, but then maybe it starts to go back out a bit. And could come straight along to here, straight up this way, and maybe it goes to here for now. And then we figure out where it goes later on. But that would give me a clear connection right here that we can make. And then if we come back to this, I think what I would want to do is I would want to take this section here. How long is this? 20 units? Yeah, so this is 22 units. But if we brought this all the way out 10, because we are going to want to make some kind of efficient use of our zoning. So we are going to want to have some rectangles. I'm not going to say grids because like we're only going to do these two here, but now this gives us something to build off from. So we have these roads here going straight. What if this road connected to here? So if this was coming out this way, we could kind of come down like so and get a little connection here, connected up there. Okay, and then I think what if we took, I want to take this maybe even further into there, or maybe this doesn't go anywhere. Maybe this kind of cuts off like this, and then this gives us a connection here. So let's go ahead and make this. It's a little bit of a tight connection though, because we could turn this, there we go, just like so, connect them together. Maybe leave that open. We don't have any parks or anything over here yet, so we can leave that space alone. This I think could also, if this came straight on up, we could also connect this in just like this. What if we brought it this direction instead? Yeah. All right, so then we now have this grid. I do think we need to start we need to have one that is like the breakaway from it. So maybe here is where things start going a different direction entirely. So now this comes out like this. Is that too many intersections? I don't think so. Why don't we take it and actually turn this away from the grid? Like actively do something different. A little bit more of a swoop there. I think that looks good. Maybe come over this direction and connect up. I want to connect from here, but I want to do it. There we go. Something like that. And then maybe in here we have a little cul-de-sac or a little roundabout. I like that one. It's small, but it's something. All right, so then we've got this kind of connection here, which looks fun. This is a pretty large block. How long is this? 42. So I do think that needs a break. So maybe this comes through, but maybe we start going diagonal with it. Or we go diagonal for 2 and then we come out straight like this. I don't know. Just gives it a little bit of something different. This here, I think, could be a connection that goes over there. So this came out 7. We could then curve this so that we're getting a nice connection there. And then I think this, I want this to align pretty neatly next to the highway. There we go. I like that. And then I think we need to think about some kind of like actual interchange in this space right here. Because this is going to theoretically kind of move forward here. We'll take a curved road up here. This could be the connection, and then you see we've got this like slow incline. So I think this is the last kind of flat spot we have. We're not going to do the interchange today just because we've done a number of interchanges already in the few episodes we've done, but I think that's something worth thinking about. So if this is the interchange, maybe that means that this road has to change. And instead, this needs to... We'll bring it down a few, bring out 5, but it's going to need to curve kind of inward like this so that it's ready to be the interchange of our dreams. If this came all the way straight through and then using this kind of to curve along the hillside, bring that straight on in. That also gives a connection here that we can do, or we can bring it out this way maybe. Let's just go boop, boop. Great. And again, all these will be upgraded one day. We'll take care of upgrading everything and making it all an actual road. I think for this, we can... I'm liking these diagonals. I don't know, they're breaking things up for me in exactly the right way. I just like how they're turning out. I think we're going to leave that just like that. All this will be pushed back just a bit when we change it over to regular roads anyway. We're going to have an interchange right here of some type. I do think I want to have some kind of bridge that just bridges over. It doesn't connect to the highway any. It's just here to bridge over. If we were to go, is 20 enough to get over? 20 is enough to get over. So it's a little curve, but it's going to go whoop right over top. It's a fun bridge. Maybe we'll actually leave that a dirt bridge or a wooden bridge just because I love the base of these. They look awesome. So I think we take this and we do some kind of curve to connect up to this spot here. And then we bring it straight on in. And maybe this connects up like that. Roads, you always want roads to lead somewhere. And that's what I'm trying to remember, is that I always want the road to at least lead somewhere. Because if it's not leading somewhere, kind of what's the point? Now I don't want to use this node because that's not really going to be a node later on. What if this just came like that? And then this could connect back over to here. Or it could connect to there. Is that strange? That's strange. Why is there like a house shape? That's dumb. But this could go straight on in. It'd be a weird square, but that could be a statue. You see, I'm thinking through this as I go. But right there could be some kind of like important statue for the town. All right, so we've gotten away from the grid. I think that's good. This is going to come over this direction. It's going to connect into here. Or maybe, this comes out like this. We're going to kind of loosely follow what's happening over here. We're going to connect in like that. Maybe this is the park. Maybe not these other areas. But now we've kind of gotten a nice road layout there. And then if we came over this side, I would want to do some other road layout here as well. We have this very interesting, I called it like my grid breaker when I did it, but it really didn't break anything up. But this is almost exactly the same length as this one. So I think we do another 47. So we've got those 3 kind of plots. Boom, boom, boom. Now the challenge is to blend them together and marry them so that they look less like they do now. This looks like a bunch of squares. All right, so let's, it's just totally flat. And when it's totally flat, it is such a challenge to make something look unique. But in reality, when you're driving down a road, they typically don't have tons of straight sections. in the suburbs because they don't want you to go too fast. Like in a city, if you have a bunch of straight roads and like a bunch of grids, there's so many interchanges or excuse me, intersections, you have to slow down kind of naturally anyway, so you don't hit someone. Whereas in the suburbs, if there's not as many people, they don't want you going quickly, so they intentionally build curves into roads. All right, let's do another one here. Let's do a straight line here. They kind of mirror each other almost, and maybe this begins to break this direction and comes over here to connect up and in. Can we get a perfect 90? We can. That's great. Interesting shape. That seems like a useless one because of how much we're taking over the zoning, but we could take the zoning off of here so that this road is more focused for traffic to just kind of move through, and then the zoning would stay on this road like this. Okay, I think I like where that's headed. We also have this crooked road, which I wonder if we take this and we begin to send this one kind of down this way. Okay, hold on. Something's happening. Something's happening. And maybe it goes down like this. So it's a little bit more of a direct connection over that section of the map. Okay, I don't hate that. I would like a road here, because now there's a crosswalk where the path is. This road here needs to continue somewhere. Where that somewhere is, I have no idea. Part of me wants it to be just kind of like this. So that gives this some kind of gridded structure, but it's got a nice fun road behind it. That's 20 out, and it could connect to here. It's like literally nearly perfect. Okay, nope, yep, that's happening. This is going from here to here. That's like absolutely perfection. I think this is going to split into two different things. So I think we take this and kind of connect it up to here, but then we also take this here and connect it like that. Like that road maybe was going this way before, and they've added this expansion to the back. How large is this? 40? 31. So I think like right in the middle-ish, it could go with another block. Now seeing this, I think I do want to change some things. I want to take this back. I know I was like so excited about this, but I think I would rather have this. And that was the connection instead. But see, now these are too much the same. I would rather do that, I think. So some roads do kind of dead end, like this dead ends, which isn't ideal. Like I would prefer it went somewhere. At the same time, I kind of like some of the like weird shapes we're building. Now I do think I want a few cul-de-sacs or roundabouts, although they're not really like meant for traffic flow. So these are more, in my mind, these are acting as cul-de-sacs. Okay, so now I think what we need to do, I need to go through, I need to just quickly kind of upgrade all of these roads. Okay, I think this is much better. Look at this. So we've now got kind of some kind of a little bit of sprawl. I mean, it is still within like the confines of a shape. Like there's no kind of crazy roads just going anywhere, but it does give us the option to connect this guy over to here, and eventually I think somehow connect this over to here to create some kind of like ring road almost of an avenue. I'm actually loving how this area looks now that we have everything as asphalt. I think this looks great. And I know there's a lot of circles and a lot of little like communities, but I think that's going to look really nice once it's all filled in, similar to this section here. And then this, I think, is maybe my favorite set of roads. Like this looks, I think this looks awesome. So why don't we go ahead, before things get too crazy, actually, let's back it up. And before we unpause, let's completely delete this power line because it is absolutely in the road. Wasn't there another one like in the road that you guys were yelling about? I mean, and rightfully so. Did I move it? I wonder if I deleted it when I changed this road. But please, if I forget to do the power lines where they're supposed to be, just like scream in the comments and I will fix it. Okay, I actually am going to also see if we can just give that a bit more of a nicer slope. It's not perfect, but it's better. It's better. All right, so we now have no power going this direction. Is that going to be a problem? I removed this power line, but this is now all connected together, and it's connected in 2 different spaces here to the main power section of the city. So I'm actually okay with that. All right, so we have this here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Is it a part of a district? No, we have a district here, we have one here. I think we need to kind of rework this district a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this up here to the road that has the bridge. So this is going to become its own district. I cannot remember at this moment as I'm playing because I don't have my comments open in front of me, but I'm going to try to throw it up on screen if I can find it. But someone recommended that I need to change the district because this industrial area like is constantly catching on fire. So I should change it so that it's not, it has the smoke detectors. And I think that is genius. I completely forgot about these things. Smoke detector distribution. So this is going to cost me 5 cents a building, but it significantly reduces the risk of fire. So I think that needs to happen probably at both of my little districts that have a ton of industry in them. This here, I actually kind of want to have, yeah, I actually want to have one that actually, I want to have it crawls over the highways. Let's have a district that connects both sides together. This will include the interchange. This is all its own little thing. One day we'll go back, we'll finesse the edges, but I think we're still in such a development mode here that, you know, they don't have to be perfect. All right, so now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this could all really together be the 6th district. And I think this district would go from this edge here. I do think that this area here, Birdsong Heights, we need to go to policies and look over these policies here. Fishing licenses. The city offers fishing licenses to citizens in exchange for a small amount of money, increases all residential tax income by 5%, but reduces citizens' happiness and increases crime by 5%. I think we're doing that here anyway. And do you not get fish? Like, who's bringing fish to you? No one? Is anyone bringing you fish? Out of town? Do you function? You do. But where are you sending the fish? Shouldn't it be, you know, local? We'll probably add a few more of those, I think, in a bit so that we can better accommodate both of those areas there. We have all this. It's now all set up as districts. Let's just quickly get in here and throw down some zoning because our people are dying for some zoning. All of this can be houses. I think this here is a house. I think obviously these are houses. I think this is a big park, which makes me think that this here is all houses, right? I think this is all houses. This is a little spot of business. I think this is a spot of business, and this is a spot of business. And then I think all of these items here also become houses. Now, people are going to move in really quickly, and I'm probably going to have to knock some things down. That's okay. I'm ruthless. But we need to... well, we'll fill this in too. We still need to put down some services here. So that's pretty much all covered now, which is good. Still no goods, but otherwise not seeing many other issues in the city. You don't have enough power, and that's because we're not making enough power. So let's go ahead, and I did want to move these two. We have geothermal. Ooh, hold on. Back both of those up. How much is this? 65,000. I think we're putting one of these in here. How much does that produce though? Is that enough? Produces 80 watts. Okay. Oh, I would have loved to have fit a second one right next to it, but that road's in the way. All right, we're gonna change the road. Like, that's how badly I want another one of these. And then while we let that connect up, oh, perfect. Okay, that's what we're doing there. We're then gonna bring this back over here. So I think we need to cut it in, and then we can turn it back out. But I think we can also get rid of this guy because we now have those 2 geothermal plants. And I think we're going to take all of this and turn it into quote-unquote concrete, but it more looks like sand. Man, it is bright. We're fine now on electricity. We're going to need to expand in a bit, but I don't think that we need to worry about that just yet. We're doing good with water and sewage. Trash, we're still a bit under in terms of production, and that's because these are both set to empty. That's 48% full. This is 15% full. So I think it's time to maybe place 1 or 2 more of these. We're gonna place 2. And just like we did over in the other section of the city, we are gonna put a little path around them. Not because we need it, but because why not? Let's put this from here to here. Turn that off. Let's do road guidelines because I should be able to connect. Yes, just like that, which is great. This can connect over. This here can connect straight on up. We'll throw on anarchy. Eventually, I'm sure those connections will be worth something. For now, though, we can put a little bit of industry over here to kind of just help fill in some of this land. Get rid of that. Are you still connected without that? You're still connected. Okay, great. So we'll have a little bit of industry building up here. This is now starting to fill in nicely. Let's add in our services, and then I think that's where we'll call this. But I think we're going to need, most importantly, I have a feeling, is going to be death care pretty soon. I would ideally like another cemetery over here, but I think this section of the city needs one as well. So I think if this is the interchange, we can put one here. Or it could cap off the industrial zone. So like this kind of starts to fade us away from this industry and move over into some other types of services. Fire coverage could be worse, but it's going to be fine. Police coverage is just fine. I think what we need to address is the need for schools. We currently have 600 capacity, and we are absolutely going to hit that pretty quickly. And there's actually not even a school down here in Birdsong Heights. Elk Hills, we're going to need to figure out a better name for that, but that's also going to need a school soon. So let's place this while no one's living here. Let's place it right there, right in the middle to kind of help fill in this whole area. And we're going to be running out of cash soon because I've really gone in and spent it, but that's okay. I do also kind of want to put like a field over here. You know what? This could go next to our high school. We don't need it yet, but it's a great asset. All right, we'll think about that later. What if we instead did a small, that'll be a park of its own. But I think this area here is going to need some kind of park for this to feel like a place worth visiting. So maybe next to the industrial area, we put a park. I like it right here. Let's connect it up. It's going to give a nice little coverage to this area. It's mainly going to help these houses, but it's going to do a nice little lift for our industry as well, which I think is great. And then these people will get better coverage once that park gets built in. So we'll do that later on. But let's go ahead and put in a few paths just to make this feel a little bit nicer. What if we came, let's turn all these back on. Curve kind of right around the side. Brought it straight on down. This one could come up and come kind of straight on in. If we go like this, turn everything off and just give it like a little curve like so. And then I think we do a straight path right here. Can we turn off collision and make this work? Anarchy? No collision. Beautiful, beautiful. And then I think here we do the same. We bring this up to here and connect that in. I also think we want to take, what is it, these trees? Yeah. We want to almost pretend this is bigger than it is. So we're going to bring this park coverage a little bit further along. All right, but now I got this little area here, and we've surrounded this industrial area with some nicer looking buildings, so we can start fading this out into some residential. We don't really need any residential at the moment, but I am thinking we're going to go ahead and mark what we want. I think this is all residential here. I think this is going to be some kind of statue. I think this would be residential in this little block, but I think this here can become commercial. That can be residential. All right, let's place down a statue here, and then I think that's what we're going to call it. All right, if we go to level 1, we have the statue of industry. Little big. This is the statue of wealth. Although this is not going to be like a wealthy, at least in my mind, this is not a wealthy area yet. So we got the statue of the dead. What was the statue of shopping? This is a little commercial district right here. So that could be something. That might look nice. What about our level 2s? Fountain of Life or Death. Friendly Neighborhood Park. Yes, the Friendly Neighborhood Park. It's $20,000. What's the upkeep? $320 a week. I think we're doing it. Friendly Neighborhood Park is going right there. Oh yeah, I like that. Now this area here, just to kind of help round things out, I think is going to get some commercial, but I think the way I want to do it, let's pause so I don't mess anything up, is if we click here, there we go. So now we've taken the zoning off of this spot, but we still left it here. So now we can go back in and just make sure that this all stays zoned. Beautiful. And then we can zone all of this. Okay, so we've got this brand new district. Right now it's called Victoria District. If you have any other suggestions, let me know in the comments. But Victoria District's coming along. What's our population at? We've moved up to 6,993. If we look at our actual population changes, yeah, this was when we had our huge disaster, and since then we've really been moving up, and I think this here is our new area that we've just built. So that's fantastic. This is looking pretty good. I think this is pretty much the extent of what I want to build here. I want to take maybe a little bit more space here to connect these two avenues together, but then I think we need to start thinking about somewhere else to build in the city or in the map, and I would love to do like some kind of outlying town maybe in this space. So it's kind of far from the highway, but there is this like little valley that I think would be a good way to get over to both the train line, the rail line, and the highway. But we'll think about that in the next part. But for now, it's looking much better. We've gotten rid of the grid, but it still gives us some space and opportunity to expand this later on and upgrade all of this. But I think we're going to leave this part here. Oh, and we just upgraded. What was this? Forest Estates, our farm. Small barn, bakery, workers' barracks, cattle shed. All right. In the next part, we're going to work on the farm. We might even build a bakery and just start getting our little city moving underway. Let's just fix this real quick. And bam. All right, great. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. And I will see you in the next one.